Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Morning Heart Devotion. To start off, let's offer a greeting, a bow to our heavenly parents and true parents. 천진 참모님께 경배 바로. And now to lead us through the family pledge, I'd like to invite up Reverend Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 자녀를 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 자녀극 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you very much, Reverend Milhan Stevens. And now to open us up in prayer, I'd like to invite up Kimbembi Koko. Kimbembi Koko, if you please unmute yourself and open us up in prayer. Right here. Kimbembi Koko. You're muted. You're still muted.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Let us pray. Our most beloved heavenly parents, by your truth and the power of Almighty God is on me and all our brothers and sisters here in this prayer this morning. We come in with all our ancestors, the spirit of your son, Jesus Christ, our true parents, all the saints and sages who standing around us today to follow the path of our true parents. When we're reading and listening, we can understand that our true father give everything. And then he have this resolution in his own heart that he have to open the way for us. He have to leave behind him for us the tradition of every parents. And today we're living with our true mother, the only begotten daughter. She's doing the same way. She's paving the way for us, Father God, for women. And to start this new tradition when we have the true Eve in this heart who represent the Holy Spirit. Precious Father, we want to stand with the same heart, that we go with the same preparation, that we too, we can stand, beloved heavenly parents, when we're going our way to prepare also, to pave the way, not only walking in many ways, but to start by ourselves, our family, our tribe, and the nation, Father, that we can surrender all the world. Precious beloved heavenly parents, you want us to become your true children, the children you wanted to see from the beginning of creation. And every day we cry and we try to become the children you want for us to be. Father God, Mother is working so hard with all the rally, the connection of all the brothers and sisters working hard with PR, reach the people, even we found they are so difficult to reach, but we're reaching them, connect everything in the political level, religious level with different ministers, all the people in our society, giving them blessing. Beloved heavenly parents, we can see that the door of kingdom of God is open already. And we want really, beloved heavenly parents, to make it reality with all our 5% of effort. Thank you so much, beloved heavenly parents. This morning, we want to prepare our heart humbly to receive through Dr. Young everything you want for us to receive. And with good understanding, beloved heavenly parents, for every seed you want to put in every single heart this morning, for all our brothers and sisters who are here in America, on Zoom, everywhere, even those who are listening, we want to receive something today. Thank you so much again, beloved heavenly parents, for all the sacrifice of Dr. Young coming here in America, giving everything, every moment, all day. Father God is there because you want to give the heart to help us and help this nation. Thank you so much. We believe that this America will change, and we stand with proudly, beloved heavenly parents, and help the another nation, that all the brothers and sisters of the different nations represent here in America will embrace whole entire world. Thank you so much. I want to offer to you this prayer in the name of all the Blessed Central family, your son Jesus Christ, our true parents, and my own name, Kimbembi, and the Edward Coco Blessed Central family. Aju.
아주 땡큐 김뱀비 코코 감사합니다. Beautiful prayer.
Thank you, Kimbembe, for such a beautiful, heart-touching prayer this morning. Now, brothers and sisters, we're going to go into our breakouts. We're going to go into our breakouts to share with each other what we're grateful for this morning. So let's take the next 7 minutes sharing with each other our appreciation points. If you're by yourself, please take this moment to just reflect on, maybe write into your own Hyojong gratitude journal. We'll see you all in a few minutes.
벌써 걸리고 안 되겠어.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful sharing within your own breakouts. I did. This time we only had one. Well, I can't really say one person. It was one couple, one screen. In my breakout, it was the Willett couple, whom I'd like to invite up now, the Willets, to share with us their appreciation points this morning. Please unmute yourself.
Good. Okay.
Yep.
Can you hear? Okay.
Oh, we can hear you. Thank you, Son Willett couple. Thank you.
네, good morning, Dr. Young. 네,
morning.
안녕하세요.
수고하십니다.
Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful morning. Thank you for letting me share. Yes, I always feel this is unbelievable time we are living in with true parents and true mother. Dr. Young is really, let us know what time we are living in, and we have to fulfill our portion of responsibility. It's a children's time, children's time to complete our mission and liberate heavenly parents and true parents. And then I have all this heart to visiting churches, and last week had unbelievable week. Yes, it's a rainy day. It's a rainy day. I supposed to visit certain church that day, and then I thought maybe God telling me be careful. It's a heavy raining, and so I prayed which church shall I go in locally. So I thought about one church, but I thought maybe this church pastor is not really positive. So I felt maybe another church. So it's a little bit, not too far away. It's the same town. So I pass through this church all the time. So, okay, maybe this time I like to visit. So I went to visit that church, and pastor came to me and greeted me before Sunday service, and and then this pastor looks like somebody already I know, and then after Sunday service, but I blessed him. They happily accepted, and yes, and then had the Sunday service, and next day they invite us. They invite us to potluck dinner. There's a Labor Day weekend.
Potluck dinner.
Yeah, potluck dinner, and so it's happy to visit. Wow, there's another great time to meet him again. And then I made a japchae. And then everybody loved the japchae. And then all japchae is gone. And then in the next day, right? So I all in the church service over in the evening service, and I blessed his brother. His brother is also pastor too, and he came to sing, and another brother also singing. So yes, and then after church is over, all over, everybody left, and then I met the pastor couple. I was really pouring out my heart to do 43 days condition, and then they accepted. I told them yesterday I can't visit you, and this now is all around America. Pastors, they are doing revival, like a revival their marriage, and they want to stand before God with a pure heart, doing some 40 days condition.
They seem so prepared.
Yes, Jesus, Moses, they did a 40-day fasting, but 40 days it's not that difficult than 40 days, fasting.
Yeah.
So believe your marriage, please.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful.
This is the good way. This is the good way to explain what Jesus did 40-day fasting condition. So, but ask them to do sexual 40-day fasting. I think they are really very much relate and they can understand.
Yes, and then we can walk. We have to we have to, go to God, reach it to God. We have to do some condition. So you can do, let's revive America, and then they listen. I explained about 10 minutes, and then they accept it. They want to do
Wow, thank you so much. Your couple really doing amazing job every day. Wow, you are the champion of the pastors witnessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Young. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you for sharing with a couple. Next, I'd like to invite Bill Lay. I feel like I haven't called him in a very long time. Bill Lay, if you could please just share with us anything you're grateful for this morning.
Hey, it's not. Well, thank you, Russ Fred.
Hey, Billy!
I was just enjoying listening. I'll share then what my inspiration. I was in a group with, a few other folks, and Bornfuss was given his testimony, and he sang one line from a holy song, in this world embittered with hate through the thousands of years. And my inspiration was that since we've been doing morning devotion, the words of the holy songs have new meaning for me.
Wow.
Yeah. And even that phrase, in this world embittered with hate through the thousands of years, Father was searching to find one triumphant in heart. So thank you. Thank you, Dr. Young and the Heavenly Parents. The holy songs are almost like a sign of the revival of heart.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Yeah, thank you. Holy song become alive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing, Uncle Bill. And now, brothers and sisters, we're going to go on to our main message today. So let's prepare our hearts, prepare our minds to receive our heavenly inspiration today through our beloved Dr. Chun-Sik Young.
안녕하세요. Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters, clergy and ambassador for peace. 안녕하십니까? Today, I'd like to share some activities. Yesterday, I had a breakfast meeting with the members of Worcester in Don Guahara's house. It is a beautiful meeting. They prepare so much food. Thank you so much, Don Guahara-san's family. And that was a good photo. Backside, a very beautiful yard. Then we visited the holy ground in Brattleboro, Vermont, and prayed together. And then on the holy ground, we appointed Abraham Asma couple as the state leader of the Vermont and pray together. And that was a group photo together. And then we had a lunch meeting at a church member, Tony Sujin's couple's house. Wow, they really also prepare very nice food. We had a really great meeting in Tony Sujin's couple's house. And then we visited Albany Church Center and had a meeting with the members. I can see our really senior brother, and then our John Fire, and then, the major leaders, Dr. Carly, and then, Sebastian, and all other leaders, senior brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for your preparation for us. It was a very, very short meeting, but it was incredibly beautiful. We have a very artistic communication yesterday. Then we had a meeting with the members of the Mid Hudson Family Church. And then President Now Kim share about the 2021 goals centering on True Mother's visit to America in December. I share with them about the importance of having a Trinity and offering Jeong-song for welcoming True Mother for December event. It was a very beautiful meeting. I thought not so many people are there, but yesterday quite many people come and attend and welcome us. I really appreciate your really artistic and warm welcome for us. It was a group photo, and then our Dr. Ward and all the UTS, the professors also there. Thank you so much. And today also I share about the True Mother's, some content from True Mother's memoir. I'd like to invite Heavenly Honey to read.
As a culmination of the Peace Road events in 2015, riders in Korea cycled to the Imjin-gak Pavilion, located north of Seoul at the Imjin River, which divides the Koreas. From that site, they could see the demilitarized zone, DMZ, and North Korea. The participants created a dramatic moment by singing in Korean the song, "Our cherished hopes are for unity." All Koreans feel a deep gratitude to the United Nations. Were it not for the United Nations, the Republic of Korea would not exist. When the North Korean People's Army, with Soviet backing, invaded South Korea on the morning of June 25th, 1950, their ambition was to communize South Korea. They might have succeeded, as Korea was a small, poor country whose name was hardly known to the wider world. But the United Nations swiftly called on its member nations to defend democracy on the Korean Peninsula, and 16 countries sent troops while others sent medical support. The UN forces fought hard, risking their lives in an unfamiliar land to protect freedom and peace. At that time, as I mentioned above, my husband was confined in a death camp, sentenced to hard labor at the Hunnam nitrogen fertilizer factory. He was freed soon after the UN forces landed at the port of Incheon in September 1950. Heaven surely was behind the UN Security Council's decision to send a multinational force to turn back the communist invasion. The ultimate reason for the UN peacekeeping action was a hidden one: to save the only begotten son and protect the only begotten daughter. In accordance with God's will, our lives were preserved. Why would God have protected our nation, the Korean people, in that historically difficult and troublesome crisis? The world was just recovering from World War II, and now it plunged into another torturous battle on a global scale. The fact that our national anthem includes the words, "May God protect and preserve our nation," points to the answer. It can be explained best in terms of God's providence. To complete the providence, in 1943, God sent his only begotten daughter, the first woman who could receive God's first love since the fall of Adam and Eve, to Korea. As do all people, this only begotten daughter had to grow to maturity. She needed time until she could recognize, understand, and accept her responsibility for the salvation of humankind. A child cannot simply go out and lead the providence. That is why God protected his only begotten daughter until she grew to the age when she could know Heavenly Parent's mind, feel Heavenly Parent's heart and determined with her own will to own Heavenly Parent's mission. Jesus and the Holy Spirit called and led the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter to complete the mission of the Messiah as the true parents of humankind. To protect this mission, heaven guided the UN forces to enter the war to defend freedom. The United Nations established its headquarters in New York City at the end of World War II. 70 years have since passed. There are 3 other major UN offices in Geneva, Vienna, and Nairobi. But even though the world has entered the Asia-Pacific era, there is no major UN office in Asia. I have recommended that the UN open its 5th international office in Korea, specifically in the demilitarized zone on the 38th parallel. I am supporting various groups, including the Universal Peace Federation and the Citizens Federation for the Unification of North and South Korea, in their efforts to turn the DMZ into a global peace park.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. Actually, True Mother very, very strongly recommended that the United Nations open its 5th international office in Korea. So, and then, many Korean political leaders and even NGO leaders support that kind of the idea. So I little bit summarize here something about the UN International Office. So, no. Okay, this content first.
All the nations of Asia would be pleased to serve at the site of a new global UN headquarters. But I believe that Korea has unique qualifications. It houses the international headquarters of the Universal Peace Federation and of the International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace, spiritually speaking. As the nation in which true parents were born, Korea has something very deep within its culture that can serve the world. Some 70 years ago, the UN forces shed blood and sweat for the sake of peace in Korea. In his speech given at the United Nations headquarters in New York in 2000, my husband announced our vision of a peace park in the demilitarized zone. 15 years later, in May of 2015, at the UN office in Vienna, Austria, I proposed that a 5th UN office be built there. The President of the Republic of Korea himself proposed to North Korea at the UN that a peace park be built in the DMZ. If North and South Korea invite the UN to build its 5th office in the DMZ, it will, by that very act alone, turn a theater of war where so many on both sides of the conflict shed their blood into a Mecca of peace.
Yeah, thank you. And then I summarize the United Nations Peace Garden. Please read.
A United Nations Peace Garden. The United Nations Secretariat are branches of the United Nations headquarters located in major regions of the world. The first office is the United Nations headquarters located in New York. The second office is in Geneva, Switzerland, General Europe, and the third office is in Vienna, Austria, cooperate with the International Atomic Energy Agency related to nuclear weapons. And the fourth office is located in Nairobi, Kenya, Environment and Ecology Conservation. The plan to attract the 5th International Office to Korea was sparked by the proposal of Joo Young Park, Special Assistant to President Sun Myung-moon, who was invited as a religious leader at the UN Peace Day disarmament seminar hosted by the Geneva Secretariat on September 22nd, 2009.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. Today's Father's word, don't be swayed by the environment. Okay, Heavenly Honey?
Don't be swayed by the environment. It is not an easy matter for there to be a young man or woman who can truly embrace God's will with resolve. Even if an abnormal phenomena occurs at the very end, your conviction must not falter, and you should say, I must live a progressive life. The more complex the environment becomes, the more I will reject it. You need an impact which can incite you to feel such power surging from inside yourself to live more powerfully. Without this, it will be easy for you to be swayed by the environment.
Thank you. How can I not be swayed by the environment? Because fallen man easy to be dominated by the environment. We're supposed to control any kind of the environment. Our spirit, our mind, our faith should be strong. True Father said that his faith cannot be shaken when he thinks of the unforgettable experience of meeting sorrowful God. You must always live and stimulated by the word. I think, God's word is one of the way always stimulate us, give really impact to us. The power of God's word is really, really amazing. Anyone, if you are inspired by God's word, invite God's word, giving you really incredible stimulation and power. That's why we need to borrow God's power. We need to borrow God's word. Then we can control any kind of the environment, and then also we can dominate our physical body. God's word is really, really one of the best weapons to control any kind of environment and my physical body. And also second way, even though you are sometimes inspired by God's word, but you need to really relate to with your able. Always report to your able figure. And if your relationship with your able is very strong and steady, you can overcome anything. That's why your relationship with your able is a really important point. You don't have that kind of proper relationship with your able, and then whenever you relate to a secular world, any kind of evil environment, not easy to overcome. And through a life of gratitude and live a life of becoming plus, also one of the way to overcome the environment. Always live by serving. In other words, live by witnessing. A life of witnessing is always also life of the winning. Always live with God's sorrowful heart and true parents' wishes. According to my own experience, I love God's word. I love to study God's word and reading divine principle. I do not know how many times I read. I every day researching true parents' word. I really appreciate true parents' word inspire me all the time. But for me, in any situation, sometimes evil environment, sometimes some people really, really persecute me, all kind of a trial. How can I maintain my life of faith? How can I subjugate that kind of the environment? I learn from true Father. Father said, since I met God, He is a sorrowful God. When I have, Father said, when I have such experience, when I met God, He is such a sorrowful, miserable God. Anytime I come back to my original point, Father said, this word is really giving me peace, impact. That's why, whenever I wake up every morning, sometimes I doing exercise. Most of my prayer, I try to experience God's sorrowful heart. And then I continuously, remind God's sorrowful situation. Only using that word, God's sorrowful heart. How can I understand? How can I experience? And remind again and repeat again and again and again and then working and again and again and again, centering on God's sorrowful heart. Think about Adam's family, Noah's family, all central figures of family, and even my own situation. Think about the Father. These fathers were really stimulate to me. That's why always I don't want to forget the reality of God's situation. Same as a father, I try, of course. Sometimes not easy, but as long as I, think about God's such a sorrowful heart and sorrowful situation, this is my energy. How can I comfort him? How can I help him? In the beginning was really difficult, but when I think continuously become my prayer, and then this is really become my energy. Another Father's word.
Always live with the stimulation of an internal impact. Therefore, the person who lives his life with such a goal must clarify the stimulation of such an internal impact with the passage of time. Regardless of 1 year, 2 years, or several years passing, such a person will definitely leave something behind in his historically connected world. That something will be revealed today in front of this cosmos. In other words, when a person sets a goal and starts on the path to achieve it, you must not compromise with the person beside you once you have already made a resolve.
Thank you. Father said, do you always live with a stimulation of an internal impact? Father, what is the greatest stimulation of the internal impact to Father? That is God's reality. When I think about God, can you imagine since he lost his own children, Adam and Eve, lost his environment, everything, lost his, sovereignty. Of course, he loved human being, try to restore each one of the human being. His 짝사랑 is really amazing. Not just only 1 day, not just only 1,000 days, years and years, until Jesus. How many people come and go? Nobody understood God's reality. Jesus, he's the one who understands God's heart. However, he passed away, and they need to wait again another 2,000 years. Can you imagine last God's 6,000 years according to Bible record? Actually, more than that. Can you imagine how many people are living in spiritual war? How many people came to the earth and they left? No one knows God's heart. No one comfort God's heart. And then true parents first time appear. God's 짝사랑 first time realize through Father. That is a really amazing point. True Father, He is the one who first one really understand God's sorrowful heart, God's suffering, and then become the object partner of God. First time. Can you imagine that? John Jackson saying that there are 7.8 billion people. Do you think how many of them they know God? Of course, some of them believe in God. How many of them God's inner situation, God's sorrowful heart? Among 7.8 billion people, yesterday, how many of them dropped their tears for God? Almost nobody. Nobody. That's why when I think about that, how much God was lonely, His 짝사랑, how much He was lonely about that. That's why, my dear brothers and sisters, really, we need to think about the stimulation of our internal impact. That is the filial heart. A person with a filial heart always takes a responsibility of the parents' sorrowful heart. It is a person who lives with a sorrowful God's heart and true parents' wish. This is really Father talking about again. Today, I'd like to talk about today's youth ministry, people who establish the foundation of substance and how to witness. Very important content. People who establish the foundation of substance can read others' mind clearly. Again, this is a very important point. People who establish the foundation of substance can read others' mind clearly. It is not that they are very special, spiritual, or clever. The faith of the formation stage lives for just their own self. But the faith of the growth stage lives for others. So the mind of others is read. You will quickly find out what your partner needs. That's how can you know that? You are just a formation stage. If you are under the formation stage, your spirit is just only forming spirit. You cannot catch anything others' heart, others people's mind. Cannot catch. Do not know what is thinking. Do not know what is the idea. Cannot feel anything. Cannot read the other person's heart. Because focus on my own faith. Focus on my own job. No idea about what's the meaning of the living for the sake of others. Just captured by my own job, my own responsibility, just my own thinking. Doesn't have any idea to deal with the other person. However, when your heart reaches to growth stage, and then think about it, living for the sake of others, and already reaching the foundation of substance, already some experience, living for the sake of others, serve them, sacrifice for them, always give for them, try to make happy for them, continuously serving and loving and sacrificing and giving and investing, then when you see someone, automatically know that you can read his mind. Even though you meet someone as a stranger, immediately you can feel something. His heart like that, his situation like that. Just naturally, you can read that guy's heart and mind, and even struggling and his problem. Just look at his face. Already you can feel something. Immediately you can feel. And then tell that person, your heart is like that. He just cry and tears come out. You know? That's why one who live for the sake of others immediately can know his heart, his situation, his wishes. Not you are spiritually open. Many people say, oh, you are spiritually open. You are very clever. You have the special skill. You know me very well. Not like that. When parents serving their own children immediately know children's situation. This is the point. If the foundation of substance is established, since it is the wall of giving and receiving the heart of others can be read. When such a person does have any tribal Messiah activities, they immediately recognize people prepared by heaven. You know, I think our brothers and sisters experience through the witnessing, isn't it? When you see someone, you can read that person. You immediately recognize, oh, that person is, prepared by God. You immediately know about that. Of course, witnessing can be difficult and sometimes easy. However, do not think that it is difficult without going out and practicing it first. If I go out with the preconceptions, it's too difficult. I don't know the divine principle well enough, or I am not good at talking, then God cannot work. However, if I empty my mind to let God work, God will be with me. As I try to always invite God into my heart gradually becomes empty. Do not just think about sharing the word to those being witnessed to. First, think about how to make them happy. Then I start thinking about what I can do for them. Then when I truly want to live for the sake of them, God will give me wisdom on how to love that person. Wisdom always comes if I have a heart that truly cares for and loves others. When it comes to interpersonal relationship, we need to figure out the areas in which people can be happy. However, since we not think about these things and try to lead a person in our own ways, even though we make a lot of effort and we end up displeasing the people being witnessed to. That's why, my brothers and sisters, in the beginning, you do not know how to read people's heart and mind. Then you need to think. I give you some hint and wisdom. Whenever you see people, just think first, how can I make that person happy? What is the best way to help him? How can I make happy? Think about that. In the beginning, not easy maybe, but continuously think like parents. How can I make happy for my children? How can I make happy my husband? How can I make happy for my wife? How can I make happy my brothers and sisters? How can I make happy my able what should I do? If you think like that, centering on happiness, how to make joy, if you think like that, and then God giving you wisdom, how to make that person buy something, gift, or prepare something, many ideas come, many wisdom come, rather than just only try to convince that person. So when I practiced around 6 months, when I was young, I was really struggling with Reverend Yohan Lee. He's saying that living for the sake of others, living for the sake of others, living for the sake of others. It was for me very difficult to understand it. Just a young boy. And I determined to practice, even conditionally, even does not come out from my heart. I try 6 months. Every day, I want to give something for others substantially. I have such a small amount of money, and I do fundraising, make money, and buy something, and I try to give my colleagues and then others and people and teach the student and cleaning. I want to make that kind of condition every day. How can I make something good condition? I don't make even one good condition. And then I don't want to sleep, I don't want to eat. And then dinner is a fasting. So I try around 6 months how to make happy for others. At least one condition. When I focus on around 6 months, I have life-changing experience. I feel that giving is such a joy. Giving is such a happiness. All my struggle and stress gone away. Giving itself is such a joy, happiness. Incredible impact and giving me incredible energy. And then after 6 months, I want to finish, but later on, without that kind of condition, become already habit. When I look at that person, how can I make him happy? When I see someone, I know he needs money. I know he needs something. I know he needs my comfort. I know that person really I substantially need to help. I know I need to visit his hospital. Many beautiful ideas come out. I realize that through really living for the sake of others, God gives us incredible wisdom and idea how to help that person. Therefore, frequently visit the witnessing area you are responsible for and learn about the circumstances of those families. Then find out what they need. When you solve their need, when you help their needs, then they are very happy about it. If you take interest in the family with a concerned heart, you cannot help but visit the family automatically and have no choice but to talk happily when you meet them. If I truly have the heart to give the family I am witnessing to, I will experience being treated warmly in that house. If I leave behind the principle of giving and receiving artistically, I cannot witness. There are few people who are witness to through some organization, economic investment, or witnessing publicity, videos. There must be a genuine exchange of heart. Of course, there are many witnessing tools, but when we have the concept, I want to witness this guy, then already, this is a wrong concept. In the beginning, you really need to build artistic relationship with that guy, with the ministers, with your neighbors. Just artistic relationship. To make artistic relationship, how can I make that person happy? He want to talk, and then just listen. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even 1 hour, 2 hours, listening. And then if you have that kind of heart to listen from that person, and at the end, God tell you how to feedback. How can I help that person? To witness without becoming tired. I must receive a lot of grace while witnessing. To do that, there is no other way than to artistically and joyfully give and receive with the person being witnessed to. If you try to please others and then do good for them, you will always receive God's grace. This is a really amazing method. You are trying how to receive God's grace all the time. Very simple. When you really serving for others with a happy heart, joyful heart, how can I help that person? How can I make that help person? If you focus on that, I am telling you, you will receive God's grace all the time. Giving is the best way to receive God's grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Young, on your guidance today. That was very detailed, very, very detailed. Really appreciate just everything that you put into this. I hope you gained something from this, everyone. We're going to spend the next 7 minutes reflecting and sharing our own insights from today's morning devotion. If you're by yourself, please take this time to reflect on what you gained from today's message. We'll see you all in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful, heartfelt sharing within your own breakouts. To start off, I did too, and I'd like to invite up Sonoko Steinborn. Sonoko Steinborn or Braun, please share with us your reflection.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Dr. Yom.
안녕하세요, 선옥고-sama.
안녕하세요. Okay, I was sharing with Resfred. I really like Dr. Yon's practical guidance. I always and how to witness. We always want to witness and spread the words, but today's lesson is that's all come from how to make others happy. It's just genuine heart of caring and so that's the main point. So I shared when I was younger, and one of the second gen approached me, are you okay? Good. So I didn't look good, means she sensed like I'm worrisome or I concern something. So, but that kind of words or care make my heart very warm, and I open my heart immediately. Oh yeah, somebody caring. So that kind of thing is not spiritual, not the method. It's not the miracle, but a genuine heart of love and caring. So I relearned again from Two Fathers' words and Dr. Yan. That's the beginning of the how to witness. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's why I think formation stage really, in order to develop to the substantial stage, which is a growth stage, really need to practice a lot. In the beginning, living for the sake of others, people are thinking they have very much a vague concept. So how to living for the sake of others, and then in the beginning, as a beginner, you need to think that how to make happiness for others. How can I make that person happy? How can my guests be happy? Just only think. Forget other things. How can I make that person happy? How did that person make smile? What is the way? Through giving money, through serving, or through listening? What is the best way? If we focus on that, this is the really key. Open other person's heart. Especially between husband and wife, or husband and wife still fighting conflict. That means your couple still under the growth stage, still formation stages. However, when you practice living for the sake of others, if you know how to make happy for others and become habit, anyone, you can read other person's heart through the living for the sake of others, and then come to the family, you know what your spouse's struggle, his problem. You can read your spouse's heart and mind. You still do not know how to deal with your spouse. That means you are not yet breakthrough living for the sake of others. You are not yet reached to foundation of substance. Foundation of substance means already different dimension. Already you practice a lot living for the sake of others through the serving, how to make happy. That's why, why husband and wife struggle? You need to go out and they need to witness and serving people, make happy. And then this all result to come to house. And then your husband and your wife are so surprised. Why this guy just changes so much? Because already practicing living for the sake of others. Thank you, Sonoko.
Thank you for sharing, Sonoko-san. Next, I'd like to call on the Lalonde family. Lalonde, maybe two representatives from the Lalonde family to share with us what they gained from today's morning devotion.
Good morning.
Oh, my beautiful family. 안녕하세요.
I guess I will go first. This morning, this point that I really liked that Dr. Young was saying, or I wrote down in my notes, is one of the questions was to ask myself every day, how are you making people happy, or how can you make someone happy? And like to really understand and listen to them and how they feel. I feel like personally, a lot of the times I like to always give my input on someone or something when someone's talking. So to really practice to just step back, really understand and like listen to them and their side, and to always try to have joy in every situation. So yeah, that's one point I really like, and I can try and take with me every single day and ask myself that question. Oh, how is this person feeling today? How can I make them happy? So yeah, that's one point I really like.
Yeah, you already got it. That's why I am telling you that when you relate to any object partner, then you forget yourself. You do not exist. I exist for you. Today, this moment, I exist for you. Whatever, anything I can do for you. This kind of mindset, then already you can have a artistic communication with the people. Thank you for your sharing. And other family members?
Yeah, my brother will go.
Good morning. My name is John Dale. I would say what I got out of this and what touched me the most, whenever you mention anything about the heart and then how you can love others, it gives me another opportunity to reflect, how's my heart doing currently? Most of the time I feel like, I got to do a little bit better. I need to grow a little bit better in my heart. So that's why I do really appreciate and I'm very grateful for all the morning devotions that especially, I guess, targets your heart and how it's supposed to be treating others and your family members. So I really appreciate that. And then another thing I got from here, from the morning devotion, I would say that, when you do this, when you, love others with your heart and treat people with lots of love, God will give you that wisdom. And from that, I feel like, especially when you're not knowing what you're supposed to say with God's words, the easiest thing that I feel like you can do is just, treat them with your heart and with your love. And I really appreciate that point.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you so much.
Great students.
Thank you for sharing alone children. Next time we'll go on to the parents. I don't think I've heard your mother speak yet before, so next time. All right, next we're gonna go on to our announcements. Yes, if you are feeling inspired, please continue to just invite people to join in this lecture series. I'm joking. In this morning devotion every single morning, and gain so much from it. Just share so we can all grow together. It's also part of our national Johnson condition towards total victory, sort of total salvation, mobilization, and investment towards our 2027 goals. And if you're feeling especially inspired, there's going to be a link in the chat. Feel free to click it. And that will take you to just the page to be able to donate to support Morning Devotion Ministries. If you're watching from online, if you go to edu.familyfed.org, at the top right corner, there should be a link to donate to support. That's also where you can go to if you'd like to join in on this Zoom morning devotion experience. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, just go to edu.familyfed.org to join in the Zoom room. And now we're going to go on to our musical offering. He's tuning in, I heard, from Nigeria today. It's quite incredible, isn't it? Tuning in from Nigeria today, it's John Kirkley.
Nigeria.
Kirk.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, John Kirkley.
Hello, Dr. Young.
Whoa.
So, I'm known for singing American songs, but since Dr. Young is also in charge of Canada, I've been longing to sing a Canadian song by a Canadian writer. However, the song is very mysterious, very complex, very perplexing, has many layers of meaning. And actually, I'm not in Nigeria, though I'd like to go. I'm in Kenya. And we're always learning from Dr. Young and from True Mother. And what I learned today is that only out of 200 nations in the UN, only 5 have United Nations headquarters. And right here in Kenya, in Nairobi, is one of the 5 United Nations headquarters. So instead of singing a complex, difficult song, I decided as my first from Kenya, and of course for me it's afternoon heart devotion, because 6 o'clock in New York is 1 in the afternoon here. So I want to sing a bright, happy song. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking his eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going your way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going God's way. Thank you.
Thank you, John Cockley. Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. What? Thanks for sharing that song, Uncle John. Waving the American flag high up even in Kenya. True patriot. Thank you for sharing your song again today. All right, now I think I got a notice in the chat. Happy birthday, Sheldon. Sheldon Williams, 15 years old. Happy birthday, one of our staple morning devotion attendees. And now we're going to go on to our prayer, our closing prayer. I'd like to invite up our sushi master from Connecticut, Seikichi Muto-san. Seikichi Muto, if you could please close us out in prayer.
Thank you so much for choosing me. Okay. Good morning, heavenly parents and true parents. And Dr. Young's guidance every day, every morning, since early morning, guiding us to our spirit to go to the close to the heavenly parents and the true parents. And we all work together with the one spirit, with heavenly parents under the heavenly parents' true love. We want to inherit from Dr. Young's victorious foundation to each one of us and revive the America and revive the world and make them happen to the North and South Korea unite with one and make the God's homeland in the Korea. Thank you for the guidance of this morning, and we together go start beautiful day today. I offer this prayer and all people attending this morning devotion, all the people around the world, named together. I report the name of Seikichi and Ayakumoto, blessed central family. Aju.
Thank you so much, Seikichi. Muto-san, when I visit your place, you serve us with beautiful sashimi, sushi, everything. I am so much indebted to you. Thank you so much. You make me very, very happy. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are the one who really practice living for the sake of others.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Seikichi-san. Yes, your sashimi was amazing. Amazing. All right, now, brothers and sisters, this about concludes our morning devotion today. Also, this concludes the Subregion 1 tour. Dr. Young is making his way back to New York City today. He's meeting with GPA in the morning, but to everyone else, we'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. My brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Dr. Young.
감사합니다.